Alright, so here it is. This is our stats when we completed the rune route. We just need 4 more missions. 3 of those will come from the Empire route, which is what we're going to be doing. And then the last one will be Kingdom route for the bad ending. I know we're going to end off like this 100% walkthrough in a tragic way, but it is the way the dice rolled because I started off with the good ending. Alright, so let's go ahead and exit here. We're going to start a new game, so start. And this is important. If you are going for 100% route, you really need to load your stats before you ever pick new game. Otherwise, it won't transfer to your current game. And when you save, you'll basically have one mission, which will be Destiny's Child right here. Alright, so let's get started. Come on, Father. Admit all this training is a complete waste of time. We both know that I'm more than strong enough to fight the Empire. So why won't you allow me to prove my strength in battle? I'm weary of skulking from place to place in the dead of night, as though we were petty thieves. We must stand up and fight, Father. We have to. Ow! What was that for? To demonstrate that much training yet lies before you. But you struck me when I wasn't ready, Father. That's hardly fair. On the field of battle, fair knows not who is deserving our bastion. It is a lesson you must learn. I still say that you cheated. Hey, you two. Didn't you see the smoke in the air? Bastion, Kamorge. The village is under siege by soldiers of the Empire. I counted at least 4 Imperials before Puck and I came to find you. One building has already been set ablaze in the chaos. You must stop those thugs from doing any more harm. Don't fret, Milea. Of course we'll stop them. Are they ready, Puck? Ready and waiting, Bastion. Excellent. Let's go. Damn the Empire. Damn them for finding us again. Father, I simply can't wait to slay these wretched dogs. Do not allow your anger to cloud good judgment. Forget your emotions, Bast. Forget your emotions. Remember your training. Fight with honor. I know, Father, I know. But now is the time for me to use that training for just such an honorable purpose. Stay close as we engage the enemy, Bastion. Keep me within your line of sight at all times. This is your first big test. Do not disappoint me. Of course not, Father. I shall make you proud. Proud enough that perhaps you can reserve that stick for someone else. Alright, so let's see if chatbot is here. I can put commands in the chat. Stop terrorizing these innocent villagers, you swine. Warriors of the Drunaris Empire stop for no one. Sir, these appear to be the rogues we were sent to find. Are you certain? I was expecting mercenaries, not peasants. You may injure them, but do not kill them, or Faulkner will have all our heads. As usual, we are heading to Empire route, so we need to make sure Bastion is as powerful as possible, and at minimum, a level 8. So, currently he has the Wind Seal Stone, which isn't going to be ideal for leveling him up. We need to switch him out for a Fire Seal Stone once we get it, probably when Devlin joins the battle. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to walk up to the hedge, face east, and end our turn. We're going to have a bunch of Imperials start to attack us from this point, and we are going to play very aggressively because we want to make sure we get all the experience. So we're going to do lots of countering and lots of attacking. Alright, so let's go ahead with Thrust. And I forgot to turn off battle animation, but that's okay. For those of you new to the game, you get to see what it actually looks like. And it's important if you want to do 100% run, you need to do battle animations on for any new ATAC that you encounter. And that includes your own party too. Okay, Kamorge is going to attack that Imperial, and then we're going to try and just hammer them away. You fight well for an old man, but I harbor no respect for my elders. Okay, let's go ahead and do Thrust on, I would say Imperial 3, but probably not. let's go and hit Imperial 4. And then Imperial 3, right? That's who it is. We'll get hit by Kamorge one last time. And from there, we can probably take kill. It's just like the old saying, Reyna. Where there's smoke, there's the Imperial army. Look over there, father. 2 more Imperial ATACs. I would not be so quick as to assume they are affiliated with the Empire. Fear not, brave villagers. We shall save your humble homes from these heartless bastards. Okay, we're gonna go with who are you this time. We keep pissing her off every time we see her, so let's do this. Who in the world are you, and what are you doing here? My name is Reyna, and I'm here to fight alongside you. I'll answer any questions you have after I've slain these Imperial lackeys, alright? You mean when my father and I have slain them? Okay, so for the most part, we just need to wait and just basically wait for them to come close to us. So Reyna and Ione are going to come here eventually, and basically we're just going to attack them. Let's end our turn right here. Kamorge is going to attack Imperial 3. And from here we can probably get the kill, hopefully. Hopefully Bastion does at least 7 damage. If he can, we get the kill for sure. As long as Imperial 3 doesn't run off to fight Reyna and Ione, we should be fine. Unless it does, and we can attack its back. But we'll see. Oh, perfect. Look at this. This is perfect. Getting a kill in the first mission is extremely hard because there are 3 AI allies. So if you can manage to get at least 1 kill, consider yourself a god. Alright, so first thing we're going to do, we have Slash and Thrust already. So we need to make sure we get Strong Thrust. Strong Thrust requires, I believe, 8 base, 7 power, and 6 dex. So once we get Strong Thrust, we'll be able to do tons more damage. And because we're working towards a fire attack build until we get to Ultra Gunner, we're gonna focus on increasing our power a lot so we can learn Fireball really quick, as well as Melting Flare for that range attack that reduces an enemy's defense stat. So let's go ahead and just increase our power for now. We want to do extra damage. And let's go and move Bastion. Let's see. I believe if Kamorge attacks from front, he's still going to wipe out Imperial 4. So let's go ahead and put Bastion right here. This is literally to make sure that Kamorge can't hit him from the side. And he's not going to. Alright, good. Imperial 4, good. We can counter this, and then we can actually take the kill. Oh, we're going to take the kill anyways. Nice. 2 kills is a very good, I guess, achievement for this mission. Let's go counter again. Oh, look at that. 16 health left. So we might be able to actually win this, or actually get 3 kills. So if we walk to the back, that leaves us with 50 AP. That allows us to do thrust. And he's even at 99%, the enemy can still dodge. So if you can, switch to Slash, but switch to Slash to get a guaranteed kill, right? Because it increases your accuracy by 20%. Okay, 3 kills, look at that. I think this is like the best first mission run I've ever had. So since we've got base, since we've got power down, and we still need to learn Strong Slash, let's increase 2 to Dex and then give the rest to base. And we should actually have it. There we go, Strong Slash. Yeah. Okay, let's move forward and let's try and get that last kill. I don't think we're gonna get it. It's too deep into it's too close to Reyna and Ione to even have a shot at actually getting it. But yeah, okay. I was right. We weren't gonna get it. Victory is ours, father. That was by far the easiest first mission I've ever done. Those savages had no need to destroy this house. Hello, my name is Ione. I am a member of the Avalon Defense Corps. And I am Reyna. It's a pleasure to meet such skilled fighters. The Avalon Defense Corps? Aren't you allies of the Farasia Kingdom? Yes, our combined forces have been battling the Empire for ages. It is my pleasure to meet such beautiful soldiers as used to. Pardon me? Reyna and I have been tracking these Imperials for several days, and when we saw a pillar of black smoke on the horizon, we knew that they were the cause of it. We are most grateful to both of you for your timely assistance. You're quite welcome, sir. I relish any opportunity to kick the Junaris Empire where it hurts. I still can't believe they would attack a village of innocents. I have a question. Do either of you know a man by the name of Galvis Derrid? Galvis? The corpse commander of the Pharastia Kingdom? Yes. Of course we know him. We're here on his orders. He's considered a living legend by most members of the Corps. I have nothing but respect for him. I am curious, what leads you to inquire about Galvis? I must speak with him at the earliest possible opportunity, of a debt which must be repaid. Galvis is quite wealthy, sir. How has he come to owe you anything? His debt is not monetary, Ione, and that is all you need to know. I would strongly disagree with you on that point. My apologies, sir. I did not seek to offend you. An old man like me is very rarely offended, Ione, but your apology is accepted nonetheless. Thank you, sir. How much time will you and your friends need to prepare before we depart? Ione, we can't take this man to see Galvis. We don't even know him. We do not know him, Reyna, but we can certainly trust him. You only need to look into his eyes to realize that. Thank you for your trust, Ione. Now I owe you a debt as well. Father, have you forgotten about the fate of this village? What will happen when the Empire sends more soldiers here? This village will be quite safe after we depart, Bastion. And how can you be so confident of that, Father? Because you and I are the cause of this ruined Bastion. What? What do you mean, Father? I don't understand. Those soldiers said they were looking for rogues. Then they found us, Bastion. They found me. What are you saying? Why is the Empire searching? Do you or do you not want to fight the Empire, Bastion? Of course I do, Father, but then cease your rambling and begin preparations for our journey. Father, wait! Why won't you at least explain what's going on? Father... Your Highness, the Imperial Princess, I am, as always, honored simply to be in your holy presence, Sadira. What business brings you to my chambers on this wondrous day? Dispense with your pretentiousness, Faulkner. I demand answers. Certainly, Highness, but first you must supply a question. Silence, Faulkner. The band of rogues you call soldiers are flagrantly violating the laws of the Empire. I'm told some have even deserted our armies and begun to rob the citizens they were sworn to protect. I'll inform my sergeants of this terrible news at once, says Sadira. There are sergeants. From what I have been told, they not only allow this behavior, but often condone it. That's why I must travel to the border zones as soon as possible. I plan to observe the despicable actions of these troops myself, and to severely punish those among them who would harm my people. I only hope that you're able to guard the Imperial Palace while I'm gone. I should burn this palace to the ground, you spoiled little wench. But it would be more prudent to follow you to the border zones, just in case. The last word we received was that Galvis was stationed in Araba Castle. It's located near the border between the kingdom and the Empire. You'll be in danger. We can defend ourselves. Are you really certain about all this, Ione? Because I'm not. Need I remind you once again that we know nothing about this man? I understand your concern, Reyna, but we know that we can trust him. And we also know that he can hold his own on a battlefield. More importantly, we know that his son is quite attractive. What was that? Nothing. Heh. I should also admit that I'm very curious about Kamorge. As am I. What is this great debt Galvis owes him? And for how long have they known each other? Ah, well, that is gossip best kept for another time. The faster we make our way through the Empire, the sooner we will have the answers we want. Well, yes, but it's so much fun to gossip, Ione. Oh, perfect. Damn it. That last battle has played havoc with the controls of my ATAC. I apologize, Kamorge, but I can't continue on until I determine which systems are inoperable. Perhaps we can assist you in that regard, Ione. Of course we can. Puck, have a look and see what you can do. You got it, Bastion. Are you kidding me? This vertically challenged tyke is a mechanic? The laws against child labor are quite strict, remember? Puck is not a boy, Reyna. He's almost a man. Besides, he's the most amazing tech you'll ever meet. My ATC would have fallen to pieces long ago without him. Says you. Jeez, Bastion, why don't you lay it on a little thicker? Aw, Puck, I've not embellished your raw talents one bit, and you know it. Well then, Puck, I would be honored if you chose to assist me. No problem. Let's go. You are a man of very few words, aren't you, Kamorge? Indeed. So tell me, Bastion, it seems that you move around quite a bit. Doesn't that get hard? Yes, it is difficult. I doubt there's a place on the continent where we haven't lived at some point. Well then, how did Milea come to be in your company? Both of my parents were slain by soldiers of the Empire when I was very young. Kamorge had been a good friend of my family, and took me in as one of his own. Oh, Milea, I'm so sorry. I really didn't mean to cause you any pain. Don't be silly, Reyna, and please don't apologize. After all, how could you have known? Besides, I couldn't have had a better life than the one Kamorge has given to me. Jeez, that was too easy. All I had to do was patch up the bipolar circuits and tweak the Cortex modulator. Sounds like your little genius has finished his repair work. Thank you very much, Puck. I'll go run a few diagnostic programs before we depart. Boy, he is good. The very best engineers in the Avalon Corps don't even work that fast. I said as much earlier, remember? Yes. Oh, I forgot to ask how Puck ended up with you as well. Puck was apprenticing with one of Father's friends, who was an engineer. He's traveling with us to test what he's learned thus far in real-life situations. And I assure you, there aren't many situations we haven't been in lately. It's okay, Bastion. I really don't mind fixing your ATAC all the time. I'm starting to get the picture. It's a perfect arrangement. Father and I battle against the Empire. Puck repairs our ATACs and allows me to pull wedgies on him when the mood strikes. And Milea cooks and cleans up after us. And like I said, it's perfect. No. It would be perfect if you managed to belch out a thank you now and then to show some appreciation. I appreciate what you do, Milea. You know that. Well, it wouldn't hurt to tell me every now and again. Sounds reasonable to me. Attention everyone, Kamorge and I have seen a battle forming in the distance. There isn't any time to waste. We must mobilize at once. Excellent. We can strike against the Empire on their own wretched turf. We must keep our wits about us as we descend into the conflict. Yes, caution is the best course of action. It may already be too late for the Empire's poor prey. If we are careless, we shall end up becoming victims as well. Heads up, let's go. Hey, give me 1 second, so I have a drink here. Perfect. Alright, so let me go to equip for a second. For the new viewer who just hopped in, what we're doing is we're building up Bastion so that he basically gets Fireball, so he's stronger, so he can level up a lot faster. Currently, we don't have Fireball accessible to us because no one here has a Fire Seal Stone. So in Mission 3, we'll be able to take it from Devlin. But currently, we have Strong Slash, and that's basically it. So let's do a quick save here. Go to card 1, and yeah, there we go. So we'll start here. Now the whole goal of this is to get Cecilia's ending, so that's going to be pretty easy to get to. We did manage to level up 3 times, which is a rarity for players who play Vanguard Bandit, in the first mission, I mean. So we're pretty high right now. Let's go ahead with interview, then briefing, and then we'll start to battle. Kamorge, to learn the Strong Slash, you must strengthen your base, power, and dex. It will come to you in time. So base 8, power 7, dex 6 for Strong Slash. Get it right away, it's actually useful. I think my friend Reyna has a bit of a crush on you, Bastion. How do you feel about her? Life is a wonderful gift, Bastion, so don't waste a single moment of it on stress or worry. It appears we're too late. No, I detect 2 ATACs in the center of the canyon. If we hurry, we can save them. But they're surrounded by a mob of Imperials. What do you think, Ione? Well, inside such a narrow space, we can easily cover each other's backs. Well, but if that mob surrounds us as well, our only escape route will be cut off. Stay close and move quickly, or we'll watch these people die by the Empire's hands. That's not going to happen, Ione. Time for you to watch and learn from the best of the Avalon Corps, Bastion. Hey, I'm not a student, Reyna. I'm a teacher. Alright boys, I'm getting bored. It's time to bash these fools into scrap metal. And watch how hard you hit them. Nobody's gonna buy an ATAC parts from us if they don't work. I don't care if you kill me, but have mercy. Allow my friend to leave. He doesn't deserve this fate. The enemy is too numerous, Bastion. We must leave here until the battle is over. What are you saying, Father? I'm going to stand and fight with you, not run away. If we don't help these people, they'll die before our eyes, and I couldn't live with myself if that happened. This is my time, Father. Don't deny me this opportunity. I'm ready. You honor me with your bravery. Remember your training. Focus on. I know, Father, I know. I have no reason to worry about the boy. He has already shown great skill, but I cannot help it. Hey, boss, we've got company. Ha ha ha! Woohoo! We're in luck today, boys. 4 more lambs led to the slaughter. Strangers are helping us. I can barely believe my eyes. Are you too weak from hunger to think clearly, Barlow? Move closer to those friendly ATACs. How many times do I have to tell you, Devlin? I'm not fat. I have a glandular disorder. Alright, so ideally we just want to focus on the enemies that we can actually reach right here, because very soon we're gonna have Sadira, Franco, and Halak appear on the ridge here, and they are strong enough to wipe out every single Imperial that's in this general area right here. So we're gonna focus on taking down Bandits 7, 8, and 9 as quick as possible. Theoretically, we can probably do with Bastion. So let's go ahead with turns, and we can see. So Bastion comes after Reyna, then it's Ione. The one we need to worry about the most is Kamorge. And because there's so many enemies, getting to our turn will take quite a long while. So let's go ahead and move Reyna up. We're going to move her right here. We're going to move Bastion to the side, but we need to be careful. If we go ahead and attack this Imperial with any attack, it's very likely Kamorge is going to take the kill by attacking from behind. So let's instead move to its side and just end our turn. We'll have Ione go behind Kamorge and wait. Okay, so Bandit 7 ran away, so Kamorge is probably going to attack a different Imperial ATAC. Not Bandit 8, but I believe he'll attack the bandit to the left of Barlow. Bandit 9, that's what I'm referring to. As for should you care whether or not Barlow or Devlin die in this battle, maybe. I've never ever encountered a situation where they've actually died, so potentially the mission could end if they die, but because it's highly unlikely, you probably will never see that happen. So we're gonna go ahead and Bandit 7 is there. Kamorge comes after Reyna, so what we can do is we can attack Bandit 7 from behind, with thrust. That should weaken it enough for Bastion to swoop in and take the kill with a strong slash. There we go. Always use your strongest attacks and attack the front or the sides as much as possible. That will give you the most experience. So we have a decision. We can either hit Bandit 8 or we can target Bandit 9 and then Bandit 4. We are going to target Bandit 9 because Kamorge is going to go right there. Bandit 8. We might change our target, so we'll see. So the rumors were true. These soldiers are out of control. They are attacking innocent travelers with Imperial ATACs, disgracing the very empire they pledged to serve. Franco, Halak, we have some discipline to met out. Father, 3 more Imperial ATACs just appeared on the Canyon Ridge. We're in serious trouble. Alright, so Kamorge made his move. We have Devlin Barlow next, and then Sadira, Reyna, and Kamorge. Now, we could have... You know what? Let's leave Kamorge to face off against Bandit 8 because he'll be distracted, and that's a good thing. We are going to go ahead and move... Let's go here with Ione. We're going to target Imperial 9. You know, if there's one thing I would love to add to this game, it would be a fast forward feature. Have you ever played Front Mission 3, where you can change the settings so that enemy Wanzers would move twice as fast, and then the battle just shortens by 2 times. It's really good, and that's something I wish Vanguard Bandits had. So, unfortunately, this game is like, what, released in 1996, 97, right? In Japan. I thought those 3 were Imperials, but they're fighting on our side. So it was released in Japan first as Epic Estella, right? And then translated here in 98. So, because of that, what happened was it can't be updated, right? So, unfortunately, we cannot get a fast forward feature unless this game is remade and then they implement it. Like, I'm all for one-time speed, right? But when there's lots of enemies on the field, it takes a very long time to to actually attack. Okay, so we're oh, that's because we're climbing up onto a rock. So terrain is increasing the amount of AP we're using to actually move. We attack from the back here. I need to make sure Kamorge doesn't move before anyone else. So Ione comes next. So what's going to happen is I'm going to move Bastion back. Actually, I'm going to move, let's see, Bastion here so we can attack from the side, and then Ione behind Bandit 9. That way, Kamorge can't snipe the kill from me. We're going to go ahead with Strong Slash. And we're going to put Ione behind Imperial 9. Now, we're safe. Kamorge cannot take the kill. Now, if you're new to the game, you might be very tempted to go to where Sadira is and try and get those kills before Sadira, Franco, and Halak wipe them out. Unfortunately, they are very dangerous and they can wipe out the entire group all by their lonesome really quickly. So it's better to take down the bandits that are right in front of your face. That way you really just get more experience in that because of that. Okay, so Ione is not going to move next. Let's see. Bastion next. Alright, so how's the HP for Bandit 9? Okay, so if we attack here, Ione will we'll finish it off. So let's move Ione here. We're going to do thrust. We can Bandit 3, we missed, unfortunately. Let's go ahead with Reyna and do a long thrust. This is mainly so that it's weak enough that Bastion can one-shot it. One-shot Imperial 9. Okay, attack from the side. It gives you a lot more experience. And it's a 2-level difference, so we're going to have a little bit less experience. But that's okay. Okay, so far everything's working out really nicely. We got 3 kills in Destiny's Child, and here we got 3 kills also, which is pretty unusual in my case. But what that means is by the next mission, we will definitely be at least level 8, and we should have Fireball too. Oh shoot, he went to the other side. Okay, so this was expected for Kamorge to get there. Now, hopefully Ione goes next, so she can weaken that Imperial, and then Bastion can take the kill. Okay, so who's next? Ione is after that, after Reyna. I love it when it hits and the accuracy is that low. So let's go ahead with just let's increase her dexterity. There's no point in creating a build for her because she is not going to follow us into the Empire route. Alright, I believe Bastion comes after. Good. Alright, so we're going to bring Ione up the ridge, and they're going to head directly towards Sadira. And Bastion's going to take the Imperial kill right here with a strong slash, or maybe a normal slash. We want, like, the accuracy as high as possible. And we missed. Okay, well, hopefully Kamorge misses too, which is very doubtful, by the way. He probably isn't going to miss. Unless we get lucky and he decides to run off towards Sadira and attack the Imperials there, but again, very unlikely. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so, like I said, very unlikely. Maybe I should use a strong slash, just like good old daddy. Alright, let's go ahead and end our turn here. And we're going to go straight this way. And hopefully we can get at least a few hits in before Sadira and Halak wipes him out. Franco's always gets frozen, so yeah. he's really, he's a decent character. It's just the fact that when he's on the field, he gets obliterated really quick. It's like Andrew in every route. The enemies seem to always want to attack Andrew, and apparently everybody always wants to attack Franco. My guess is the reason for that is because AIs are targeting lower defense and lower base enemies. So maybe that's the reason why. Maybe that's how they prioritize targets, basing it solely on whether their defense is high or the base is high. Okay, so we have Halak, Kamorge, so we need to block off. Oh, Kamorge is next. Can he reach? Okay, he can't reach. And then Halak comes after that, right? Yeah, Halak can reach. So it's 21. I think Halak can one-shot Bandit 5, so we might just have to attack. Let's see if we can get behind it. We can go from the side and do a bit more damage, so let's do that. We're not going to be able to get this kill with Bastion, so it's okay. There we go. Let's just end our turn right here. Halak is going to attack Imperial from behind. She's actually old and very intelligent. Okay, can we get up there? No, we can't. That's very unfortunate. So it looks like we've lost that Imperial, which, again, very much expected to happen. It's hard to get the Imperial kills who are attacking Sadira's group. Bastion doesn't have any level range 2 attacks just yet, so can't even make a... you can't get to it. Alright, and battle over. We searched everywhere, but there were no other survivors of the attack, nor did I expect there to be. Never in any of my battles have I seen such senseless carnage. Nor have I. Those sadistic freaks took pleasure in killing these people. We did not detect them until it was too late. My friends begged for mercy. I heard their screams. I think I'm gonna be sick. This is truly a dark day in the history of the Junaris Empire. And who are you to show such concern for the Empire? Are you not an Imperial citizen? Surely you recognize the face of your princess. Imperial Princess! We have received many reports of soldiers using the power of the Empire for criminal acts. I journeyed here to investigate the rumors, and now I have confirmed them beyond any doubt. How can you be so clinical after witnessing this travesty? Imperial soldiers cut down innocent travelers and took glee in their deaths. You shouldn't be ashamed of what has taken place here, Princess. You should be horrified. Is this what your precious empire stands for? The slaughter of the innocent and the desecration of the dead? Why do you not speak, Princess? Have my words chipped at the royal heart of ice? Answer me. I... Lower your voice, Bastion. We all recognize the tragedy which has unfolded here. We thank you and your escorts for aiding us in the battle, Princess. I can't believe that father is being so courteous to the child of the Empire himself. She represents everything I've always been taught to detest. Indeed, we are in your debt, good sir. Without your considerable strength, I doubt we could have prevented the rogues from prevailing here. In my humble opinion, there is no need for us to quarrel when our intentions were the same. Really, I always thought the Empire's intent was to plunder from anyone and everyone. You're probably upset that these people won't be around to pay any more travel tolls. I have had entirely enough of your misguided anger, boy. I've come here to stop these bandits from committing these horrible acts. Sadira speaks the truth. It is the will of the princess to halt the anarchy and the bloodletting. Why do you believe otherwise? Why? Look at the senseless death before you, sir, and perhaps you will begin to understand. Hey, you, self-righteous boy with the big mouth. You seem to think that it's only the Empire which visits evil acts upon the innocent. I assure you the Pharasir Kingdom has abused its power just as much, if not more. Impossible. Wrong. Very possible and very real. Have you ever seen the terror these armies cause? Butchers are butchers, regardless of the crest under which they shed innocent blood. I admit that I have not seen the terror you have, sir. I have never seen the kingdom's armies cause an atrocity like this, whereas I have seen them cause similar acts more times than I can count. The insanity of war drives the most honorable of men to commit the most unthinkable acts. The kingdom and the empire wage their endless battles, and the people of the continent endlessly suffer. Yes. I want the suffering to end, sir. That's why I'm here. I'm going to stop the war. I'm going to restore peace to our land and our people. I shall not forget this day, and I shall not fail. Franco, it is time to depart. Yes, Highness. I pray we shall not encounter another such scene in our travels. Had we met under a different set of circumstances, good sir, I believe we could have been friends. But you have my respect regardless of your feelings about the Empire. My respect follows you in kind, Franco. You know my name, sir, but I know not yours. I am Kamorge and Bastion, I believe you said earlier. Take care in your journeys. We should also make haste. Sharks come quickly at the scent of blood. Father, I suppose your long face means you believe we should invite these two travelers to join our party. You already saved both our lives, and now you would help us again? Your kindness knows no bounds. Yeah, thanks a lot. I really don't want to get beaten up again. I'm Devlin, and this is my special friend Barlow. It's nice to meet you. Would you guys have any food? I have a glandular disorder. Makes me want to eat a lot. Well, hello, everybody. You weren't thinking of leaving without me, were you? Of course not. And who are you? You're alive. Ha! I knew those damn bandits could never have slain the infamous Andrew. Your Highness, you appear to be troubled. What news has caused your noble brow to furrow? Why was I not informed of your plans to travel into the war zone, Faulkner? You know how strong my desire to join you on the field of battle runs within me? It is entirely unacceptable that Sadira should be allowed to engage the enemy when I am not. Please forgive me, Highness. We have discussed this many times in the past. You are the immediate heir to the Empire, Duyer. Your safety is my utmost concern. I cannot allow our future king to act frivolously where his life is at risk. You understand that? Yes, Faulkner, I am acutely aware of the many burdens placed upon me since my birth. But the fact remains that the desire to fight for the Empire I shall one day inherit cannot be denied. And to fight at the side of a legend such as yourself would be at once an honor and a privilege. You flatter me with your gracious words, Prince Duyer. My gracious nature shall turn foul if you continue to deny me the one thing I most crave. But the repairs on your Sarbellus ATAC are incomplete, Duyer. You could not fight at full strength. Then I shall merely fight with more caution, Faulkner. Have you another excuse to proffer? Alright, Prince, you may accompany me, but you must promise to obey my orders at all times. Of course, Faulkner, I ask only to be treated the same as any soldier under your command. But you are no mere soldier, Duyer, and I cannot pretend otherwise. Then at least pretend to pretend, Faulkner. I demand it. As you wish, Majesty. That's better. Prepare my ATAC at once. I'm ready to go. Let's kick some Imperial butt and make tracks for the nearest brothel. Tell me, Devlin, has this man's, ego always been so dangerously inflated? Some people were bred to notice the boorish nature of such a braggart. All I know for certain is that he's an excellent fighter, and he's more than able to hold his liquor. I have never been particularly inclined to ask how he developed either skill. Hey man, don't you know you're not supposed to talk about me like that until you're behind my back? Father, I refuse to believe that the kingdom is as Devlin said, because if his words are true, then there's no reason to fight the Empire, because the citizens of the continent have already lost. Bastion, when we reach Galvis, you will understand why this war must be fought. You will learn. Wait, I detect 2 groups of ATACs, both in front of and behind us. We've been surrounded. More Imperial troops, from the looks of them. See, I knew that princess didn't mean a word she said. Her soldiers are still wreaking havoc. These are no rogue soldiers, Bastion. These are the Empire's elite fighters. And I dare not tell you who leads them into battle. Alright, here we go. So, this mission is the moment where we can enter the Empire route, but you need to remember that by the end of the mission, and by that I mean when you defeat all the enemies, you must be at least level 8. If you're not level 8, you will continue on the Kingdom route and be locked out of the Empire route. Let's do a quick save here. And Destiny's Child. Damn it. There we go. Alright, let's go to equip. And we're actually going to take away Devlin's Firestone, because we are building up. I got a second opal from somewhere. That's interesting. Okay. So we give Bastion the opal. And really, that's it. We could take Onyx away from Kamorge. And judging by his stats, he might actually be better with Turquoise. He should actually have a different attack. No. Okay, it doesn't matter. So none of them actually would be useful with anything else. So at this point, if anyone has an amulet, ideally we would take it, but no one appears to have one. No one appears to have any good weapons. And otherwise, yeah, nothing really to take from anyone before we get before we lose them all. So we've saved. So let's go to interview. And remember, we need to build up towards getting Fireball, so we need to increase Bastion's stats by, I believe, 2 more points. So let's head into interview. Let's go see what they all have to say before we say our final goodbyes. This might sound strange, Bastion, but you remind me of my brothers, back at home, young and naive. Okay, Kamorge will give us our last basic technique to learn. Bastion, to learn Tackle, you need to improve your base and power. Is a very valuable attack, And I'm going to make a correction to that. It is not a valuable attack because the hit accuracy of that is abysmal. The only usefulness of it is it's a collision type attack, which means if it connects, the enemy cannot actually make any counterattacks. But on a flip side, because the accuracy is abysmal, if they manage to dodge your attack, you get hit at full damage. Sorry, at 120% damage. So there is a risk to actually using tackle. Okay, let's go ahead and just go and let's get one more laugh in. Let's talk to Barlow. Have you ever tasted the kingdom's dried sea slugs, Bastion? They're the best on the continent. Delish. That is absolutely disgusting. I don't know if anybody eats slugs, but if you do, let me know. Is it actually disgusting or is it actually good? I'm going based on what it looks like. We are greatly outnumbered and under attack from both the front and the rear. I admire your perfect calm in the midst of such an overwhelmingly poor circumstance. I shall engage the rear troops, Ione. You and the others must fend off the frontal assault. Agreed. I'll fight with you, Father. No, Bastion, you must fight with Ione. Father, you can't defeat an entire battalion of Imperial troops by yourself. There's only room for a single soldier on the bridge, Bastion. I can and must hold them at bay. Of course, Father, I didn't mean to doubt you. There's no need to apologize, Bastion. I'm sure your father understands your concern. Indeed. Fight with honor, Kamorge. You as well, Ione. Faulkner himself has come to claim Bastion. Perhaps I should have known that he would. But that doesn't matter now. All that matters is preventing Bastion from falling into Imperial hands. I must prevail. It has been far too long since I last engaged in battle. I have longed to feel this excitement again, and I shall delight in slaying these ignorant fools who dare to defy the will of the Empire. Your Highness, General Faulkner said these ATACs were to be captured, not destroyed. Yes, and when they resist capture, these rebels will have to be killed. I cannot wait. Now still your insolent tongue and escort me into battle. Alright, so here's the battle plan. This one's actually really important because once Faulkner and Kamorge have battled, the bridge becomes opened up and you're gonna have Imperial 3 and 4 be able to cross the bridge and attack you from your flank. And when Faulkner leaves the battle, Duyere is gonna leave with him, and Bodyguard 1 will take off with him too. So you're gonna be left with 2 Ian loggers, which are very strong, and then 2 Barbados are gonna come up from your flank. So we need to prepare for that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna move as far forward as possible because that's how we prepare with Reyna. And what the party is gonna do is we are going to make sure Bastion does as much damage as possible and get as much experience as possible. And because I explained the reason of getting into the Empire route earlier, and I'll remind you, Bastion must be level 8 before, after all enemies are defeated, at least by the time the last enemy is defeated. Otherwise, the Empire route you become locked out of the Empire route. So it's very important to reach level 8. And if you're level 5 like I am, which generally you should probably be level 3 or 4 in most playthroughs, you're going to want to hit everybody because it's fully possible to get to level 8 even from level 3 and 4. So yeah, you just have to be very precise and strategic when you're fighting. Okay, so we moved this far forward too, for the precise reason that we need to make sure everybody comes forward. And by everybody, I mean the Ian loggers. So we're basically going to attack the bodyguards. Generally, we don't need to worry about Duyere because if we look at his level, it's level 3. Bastion's level 5, so he's not going to get a lot of experience. But then if you look at the bodyguards, they're 5, 4, and 6. So Bastion wiping them out would get him to level 8 very quickly. Let's do Strong Slash on Bodyguard 3. It's okay that he's going to get hit. It's perfectly fine. Now, because we equipped the Firestone on Bastion, we have currently 8 power. You have to add in the white tick. Now we have 10 power, which means we now have Fireball. What we want to make sure happen at this point is that Bastion always hits his target. So we're going to put it towards Dex also. The good thing about having Fireball early on is that not only is it powerful, but it also gives you a plus 15% accuracy boost, so it can hit a lot more often. So that's the second advantage of getting an early Fireball attack. Now we need to make sure Reyna survives this one though, so not because she's coming with us, but because the less allies you have in this battle, the harder things become after Faulkner leaves. So let's go ahead and we're gonna hit Duyere. No particular reason other than to bring his FP up. But since we can't get to 60 unless multiple enemies, at least 2 enemies are attacking, and the target defends twice. It's the only way you're gonna get an enemy to FP 60. Okay, so Reyna generally is a target. Death to anyone who stands in the Empire's path. He will never let you fulfill your evil ambitions. This I've never seen before. This is completely brand new. Every time Duyere attacks, he always hits Barlow first. And because of that, Duyere always does his battle cry, but Barlow never answers. Interesting. I did not know about this unique dialogue. Okay, so Reyna is in danger of being defeated. Perfectly fine. But we need to make sure she is safe. Impressive. Very impressive. Neither his fighting skills nor his immense strength have dwindled with age. Which of you will lose to? Rather, which of you chooses to fight the old man next? I gladly volunteer to dispatch this rebel for you, sir. Alright, so we need to move Reyna beside Duyere to prevent her from being defeated. And Kamorge is frozen. I don't think he can actually die from the Imperials. I've never seen it happen once, so I really doubt it. So we're going to put Reyna right here. If we attack here, we'll probably die. So we're going to move Bastion. And we are going to attack Ian Logger. We're going to use Fireball. There we go, 132 experience. We're going to move forward and we're going to move to the side and face west. This is so Bastion can't be attacked from 4 sides. Because if he moves in front of Duyere right here, he stays here. There are 4 points of attacks which enemies can hit from. Okay, so Bodyguard 4's FP is 55. Let's bring it up to 90, and then we don't have to worry about Imperial 4. Let's move here. And Devlin can dodge. Imperial 4 is going to skip its turn. Now Devlin, let's see who's... Okay, so Duyere can't do anything. Well, Duyere is weak, so it's fine. So we're going to have Imperial Bodyguard 3 not do anything. Let's go ahead and hit Bodyguard 4. Let's weaken them as much as possible before before Kamorge and Faulkner attack. Okay, Bodyguard 4 is ready for a defeat. We should be able to dodge this one. Let's see. No, see? Anything above 10% basically can be a guaranteed hit. Go ahead and counter. Okay, we're going to move forward a little bit, and we're going to do a long thrust. This is really just to prevent from Duyere from counterattacking us, and that's really the only reason why we'd want to do that. Okay, Bodyguard 3 is going to attack Alba, Bastion. We're in a dangerous situation now. A very dangerous situation. Okay. Let's take down Bodyguard 4. Okay, and let's go behind Reyna. We're going to hit Duyere so he can't attack anymore. And we are going to move forward and attack Bodyguard 2. There we go. Now we just need to stay out of range so that the bodyguards cannot do any attacks on us. If we defend, 82 FP. Okay, so bodyguard 3 can be one-shot, same as bodyguard. Not Duyere. Okay, here we go. Let's move out of the way. We'll move right here. Okay, bodyguard 1 is the one with the higher level, so it's actually stronger. So we need to make sure we get that kill. Okay, Reyna. Let's hit Duyere. End our turn. Ione's gonna hit Duyere again. There we go. Let's see who comes next. Bastion. So bodyguard 3 is next. Imperial 2 and then Bastion. Alright, so here's what we can do. Let's move Ione and we'll block off bodyguard 1. We'll make sure bodyguard 1 stays right there. Bodyguard 3 is gonna make its move. Imperial 2 is gonna make its move and probably be defeated. There we go. Now Faulkner and Kamorge are gonna battle. Usually it takes about 3 turns before the pivotal moment, so we'll see. Let's use Fireball. Got it. Nice. Okay. The reason why also you'd want to take him down would be for the extreme amount of money. He has almost 3 times as much a money drop compared to the rest of the enemies. You receive my sincere admiration, old man. A lesser warrior would have fled at my mere approach. Before I kill you, perhaps you could confess as to which of the precious companions is the royal one. The boy for whom you will so gladly sacrifice your own miserable life. You will never find him, Faulkner, but he will find you, and he will annihilate your accursed empire. Defiant to the end, I would expect no less from you. Now let us finish this with haste. The sooner you die, the sooner the eternal reign will begin. Alright, let's double check Bastion's level. So he's a level 6. Now he's at really low HP, but he should still end up being fine. As long as he doesn't get surrounded. 81%, he still missed. As long as he doesn't get surrounded, he should be good. So we moved Devlin here to prevent this Ian Logger, the bodyguard, from rushing up to Bastion. Because Bastion needs, he's gonna get frozen if he attacks one more time. Okay, we're gonna try and let's avoid. No, okay, so like I said, if it's above 10%, you can still get hit. Okay. Let's go attack bodyguard 2 from the back. And go stay right here. We're gonna defend again. Bodyguard 1 is the danger here, because it has the higher level and it's stronger. Okay, so in Logger is going to go down. We need to make sure this bodyguard 1 is as low HP as possible before it gets the Bastion. Alright, this might be it. Yeah, this is it. Enjoy. Pay attention to attacks that Faulkner does, as well as Kamorge. They're going to use attacks that they should not have access to. I'll point them out in a second. Their strong thrust, you should not have access to that. Lightning strike, you should not have access to that. And then wind strike. Interesting, right? So they used attacks that their ATCs could not learn, which is super fascinating. A foolish attack, easily countered. I expected more from you, Aligard. So much more. What's this? My leg servos are losing pressure, and my torso actuators have been damaged. Even in death, you surprise me. This battle has grown tiresome. Capture the remaining rebels, and do it quickly. Yes, sir. Father! Father! Alright, so we are in extreme danger. We are in danger territory now. So if we go here, we can hold the bridge. Here's the problem. Although they are level 3, they can still do quite a bit of damage. So they are Imperial 2 and 3 and 4. Let's see, do they come up next? Okay. So here's what we need to do. We need to get Bastion onto this bridge as quick as possible. We're going to try and wipe out Imperial 3 and 4 right away. and then actually, yeah, 3 and 4 right away, and then hopefully the enemies are so weak that hopefully we dodge everything that the enemies throw at us, because there's a huge risk of dying here. On our turn, Barlow, attack Imperial Bodyguard 1. Yeah, at this point, all the bodyguards can be one-shot by Bastion, except for Bodyguard 2. So, we need to be extra careful and get them as close to 0 as possible. In the meantime, we will be attacking Imperial 3 and 4. So if Bastion dies, then, well, we have to start this over. So that's the unfortunate thing about this situation we're in. So let's go ahead and move forward 1. Okay, good. He's defending. That's actually a good thing. If he was counterattacking, we would not be able to safely attack. So let's move over here. We're going to be defending rather than avoiding, because we want to minimize damage. Bodyguard 1 again. Okay, move out of the way here. Okay, we could counter this. We could defend it. We could also avoid it. Let's see if this works. Okay, good. Now remember, anything over 10% accuracy doesn't. You can still get hit. Like, this game is very relentless. All right, so we drove up Bodyguard 1's FP to 93, so it's going to skip its turn. So that means we can target Bodyguard 2 and reduce its HP further before it gets the Bastion. Trying to avoid this. Great. Alright, we're lucking out here. End our turn. Ione behind Bodyguard 2. Okay, we can't move. How much HP does Devlin have? Okay, so let's hit Bodyguard 2 once, and then he's going to be defeated. That's perfectly understandable. Okay, so as you can see, Imperial 3 has 60 FP, which means we're basically safe for 1 turn, because it's going to skip its turn. Good, they're still going after Ione. Alright, excellent. There we go. Now, as long as Bastion dodges every attack, we will not die. And our turn. Imperial 3 is going to make their move. Let's try dodging. Okay, great. Good. If you watched the last stream when I was going to do the Ruin route, when I was going to do Ruin route, Imperial 4 was like the invincible enemy who I just could not hit no matter how hard I tried. It was the most terrifying battle I was ever in. Okay, so now Ione's gone. So hopefully that doesn't happen again. Okay, end our turn here. Now the bodyguards are going to start chasing after me. And I can be flanked at this point, so hopefully things work out in my favor. I was hoping to get rid of Imperial 3 and 4 before this happened. Things don't always work out the way you want, though. Okay, let's avoid. Okay, great. We're still avoiding. Let's get our little bit of experience. Great. Alright, so from here, we are either going to raise agility so we can dodge and increase our turn speed, or base. I think the safest thing to do would be to increase my agility. So we're going to do that. And we should not have anything else. Let's see here. Okay, so next time we level up, we're going to increase our power and then get the Reflect Attack Dormant skill. Okay, so 4. I think I can one-shot them. Imperial 4 is basically the demon of... Yeah, Imperial 4 is the demon of this here battle. Hopefully it's not invincible. Oh shoot. See? Oh, thank goodness. Okay, we're gonna take down that bodyguard who just attacked us, so that hopefully we get enough experience to level up. I doubt it, but we'll get really close. Okay. This is very risky right here. We could dodge it. Okay, good. We still dodged even though defended. Now let's take down Bodyguard 1. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, so we need one more kill and then we can level up once. Okay, here we go. Dodge. No. Okay, RNG was not with us in this case, so that's unfortunate. So we'll do it over, and we'll do this one properly. Mind you, we got to mission 3 really fast, don't you think? I think we got here before an entire hour passed, so we're flying, right? Yeah, we're flying through this mission right now. Okay, so we completed Bandit Brigade, and we'll do our whole thing, right? We still have to level up Bastion, so we'll continue doing that. Oh no, did I give him the fire seal stone? Okay, since we like basically did all the cutscenes already here, the dialogue, we're just gonna like skip right past them. We don't need to worry about watching them all over again. Okay, we need to double check whether Bastion has the fire seal stone. If he doesn't, we need to reload, unfortunately. No, okay, we need to quickly reload. Can we do it here? No, we can't, that sucks. Okay, so we're gonna quickly reload, give Bastion the fire seal stone, and then restart this battle. There we go. Okay, now this time, we're not going to force Bastion into a situation where he's going to be surrounded. Instead, we'll make sure he is, I guess, holding a line along with the rest of the allies. And we'll have them come close to us. We'll attack from the front, mainly, but we will try and flank them wherever possible. But we'll adjust our, I guess, strategy a little bit. So Reyna's still going to go here. We want to draw Duyere forward. We're going to put Bastion here. And then Ione, she's going to go in front. This is the normal strat we used. This time, we are not going to have Bastion go behind Duyere. That is actually what got us killed. Well, brought down Bastion's HP by a load. Okay, so they're not moving just yet. They usually wait until Duyere makes his move. There we go. Now we'll see Bodyguard 2 move. Or sorry, 3. And then one should start following him too. No, okay, he's not. Alright, so we're gonna move Reyna right here. Actually, we're gonna put Reyna right here. We're gonna use long thrust on Duyere. We're gonna try and get rid of him quickly. And we're gonna attack Duyere from the side. If I can pick strong slash, thank you. Good. 60 FP means he's going to skip his turn to prevent himself from being frozen. Although if you think about it, there's no possible way for him to be frozen, because if he attacks, he only has slash right now, I believe, and that will only increase his FP by 35. So he'd actually be at 95 FP. So I don't understand why they don't bother attacking one more time. Okay, so we'll attack Bodyguard 4. Devlin will attack it from behind. And Barlow's going to go in front of Duyere. Again, we're working on doing chip damage as much as possible. There we go. Okay, so the Imperials clearly have they can't deal with Kamorge. The level difference between them is way too high. Like, way too high. So that's why they can never win. Like I said, Duyere skipping his turn. Bodyguard 3. We still need to make sure Reyna doesn't take too much damage. And let's go and defend this. I was gonna say her evading skills are really bad, but apparently she managed to dodge it while defending, which is interesting. Alright, so now let's move out. We're going to do a long thrust on Duyere. End our turn. Bastions can go ahead with Strong Slash. Now, usually you want to attack the bodyguards because they are at a higher level compared relative to Bastion, which means Bastion will level up faster attacking them and defeating them. Problem is, Duyere, although weaker, he's quick and he can cause a lot of trouble. And by that I mean he can chip away at your HP and really just bring you closer and closer to defeat if you're not careful with him. That's end of turn. Barlow's gonna attack front. He's managed to hit with 58%, which is an unusual unusual occurrence with him. So I'm happy about it, but it's unusual. Okay, so this battle's going a lot faster, as you can plainly see. Very happy about that. Ash can go with Strong Slash again. Duyere can't do anything. Alright, so we have 8 power, and I got 8 from 7 plus the white tick. Now we have Fireball. If we go ahead and increment it by 1 more, we will actually just need 2 more points towards power and 1 towards base, and we'll get Reflect Attack. That'll give us our Dormant skill, which, if they're attacking from the front, you can actually deflect your attack as long as you have Reflect Attack. Hopefully it didn't sound a bit circular. But it's very useful, especially on the bridge, when they're only forced to attack you from the front. Being able to deflect the attack so they can't kill you is an extremely powerful Dormant skill. It's one of the best ones you can get, alongside parry and second attack. Okay, let's see. Barlow, I'm gonna assume he's just gonna miss that time, so let's use Slash. There we go. There's no way he's gonna get 3 hits in a row at that low percentage. Okay, we can probably dodge this. Excellent. She's not getting attacked again. Okay, let's defend this one. Okay, Devlin, he is okay. We don't want him to die. That's the thing we don't want to happen. So we'll move him behind Bodyguard 2, and we will attack Thrust. There we go. I'm moving a bit quick here because we've done this route already, and mainly we're just doing this over for Cecilia's route. I don't know if that was a good explanation. Okay, let's just wipe out Duyere. Yeah, even with that hit accuracy, oh god, what a waste of a turn. Like I said, even with that hit accuracy, it's just trying to hit at anything under 90% is still ridiculously annoyingly difficult to get happen to you. Okay, so Bodyguard 2, you missed. That was 98%, right? I wasn't just imagining that number. Okay, Bodyguard 2 is not going to attack now. End our turn. And here we go. Witness a battle unfold. Now, if you missed it, they do attacks that they should not be able to have access to. I'll point it out in a second. Strong Thrust? No. Strong Thrust is happening right now. And you're going to see Lightning Strike from Kamorge and then Wind Strike from Faulkner. Isn't that fascinating? They're using attacks that they shouldn't be able to access. Because Wind Strike only comes from a Wind Stone. A Wind Seal Stone, right? And currently Faulkner is using a Fire Seal Stone. Okay, do your runoff. And Bodyguard 1 should take off. No, Bodyguard 1 stays. I wonder what are conditions for Bodyguard 1 to actually leave, because I have had him leave before. Right, so now we're at a point where the Imperial 3 and 4 can flank us. So let's go ahead and just put Barlow near the bridge. We're going to hold the bridge so they can't come behind us. Barlow should be perfectly fine to deal with it himself. And we'll also put Reyna in the back there too. What we're going to do is we're going to sit here. And we're going to turtle up at the bridge. That's basically the general strategy you do at this point. Reyna should be able to sit behind Bastion and hit with long thrust the whole time. Okay, we can go ahead with Fireball. There we go. Please avoid. Okay, great. Okay, Barlow can go ahead and sit here to prevent Reyna from being attacked from behind. And he can go ahead and use his thrust attack. Let's continue on here. Okay, so Barlow, Bodyguard 2 is going to attack Ione, and this one should probably kill Ione. Yeah, there it is. Alright, so we are still not in danger territory, which is a great thing. If we had tackle, we'd be more fine, but we don't. So we are going to end our turn with Bastion instead of attacking. And the reason really is so Bastion doesn't get frozen. Let's go ahead and use thrust here. And we're going to run back beside Bastion. We're going to use long thrust on Bodyguard 1 and end our turn. Okay, let's go ahead and defend this. Okay, we are very close to leveling up, so we need to get 2 more levels, which is extremely possible even in this situation. There's no way we're going to lose this time. If we lose, that's going to be extremely embarrassing, especially considering it's only the 3rd mission. And I might just have to play safe, the way the general strat is for this mission. Alright, so here we go. We're going to increase Reyna's dexterity by 2 and agility by 1. We're going to make sure she can actually hit as well as dodge. Okay, we can't avoid this. So let's see if we can avoid. If we avoid, good. That means he's a meat shield now. Okay, Barlow can go ahead and do that. Okay, we just need to take down Bodyguard 1 and then we can get Reflect attack. Dang it. Okay, so he's gone. Oh, no, no. This is not a good situation. Let's attack again. And our turn, Reyna can go ahead. We're not going to attack Bodyguard 1, even though we really, really want to. Bastion must get that experience. Okay. Okay, good. He dodged that one. Alright, fantastic. Alright, so in order to get Reflect attack, we need 12 power and 6 base. Now this is really important. It also gives us very close to parry. So we're almost going to learn parry. Next up, we're going to defeat Bodyguard 4 for the extra experience. Hopefully she can dodge this. Dang it. It's a good thing we defended. Let's attack. There we go. Alright, now we can go ahead and face west towards the Imperials. And we want to be here so that they can't get behind Reyna. Avoid. Okay, great. Okay, Barlow's doing his thing here by holding up the weaker Imperials. Try and defend that again. Okay, Reyna can long thrust. Let's see. Bodyguard 2. We're going to focus down on one enemy at a time. For reasons, right? The reason being, we don't want to lose again. Okay, thrust. There we go. Let's use Fireball. He is extremely vulnerable at this point. We'll sit here. Barlow can go ahead and use thrust again. Reyna can go ahead and let's see. We can freeze Bodyguard 2, which is extremely important right now. Okay, Bodyguard 3 is going to attack Harol. Avoid, please. Great. RNG is not against us this time. Okay, so we're going to leave these Imperials here for Bastion, right? Because if Bastion doesn't get enough experience from Bodyguard 2 and 3, we have the Imperials here to give us that little bit of experience. So Barlow is there. We can go here and do a long thrust on this bodyguard 3, and then you can move back, like so. Okay, we're gonna leave these Imperials alone. Bastion can go right here, do a fireball. Excellent, perfect. This is actually this is working out really well. So, we could learn Flare Bomb. We just need to get his weapon to 15, but that's gonna take a while. So we're instead gonna work on increasing his dexterity by 2 and his agility by. Actually, no. Let's just go ahead with Actually, what should we do? Let's just increase his defense by 3. We'll work on getting chivalry. Move there, and then we'll move to the front. Well, we'll look south. Okay, let's avoid that. Alright, so Reyna looks like she's going to be fine. It might be risky if I move Barlow out of here, so we're not going to do that. We'll do a long thrust again. We'll just chip away bodyguard 3. We'll play it safe right now. Like I said, we do not want to start over. And our turn. Again, defend. Okay, so if we go behind, I think we should have enough for fireball. I think it's 35, right? Yes, no, it's 25. Look at that massive damage. Alright, so we are level 8 and we missed at 80%. That's why you cannot trust accuracy. Yeah, you just can't trust accuracy a whole lot because of that. Let's end here. Hopefully bodyguard 3 doesn't turn around. No, it did not. Excellent. Okay, Reyna can go ahead and do another long thrust. And we're going to keep trying to hit bodyguard 3 with a fireball while Reyna attacks from diagonally bodyguard 3. If we attack from behind, that's a problem. We're going to get less experience, so let's attack from the side. Excellent. Let's go back behind and end our turn. Excellent. Okay, so at 30 FP, that's why he could move again. Hopefully dodges. Nope. Okay. Okay, so this is perfectly fine still. We could probably maybe one-shot him. Yeah, it's 50% chance to miss though. We lucked out. Alright, there we go. So we're at level 8, which basically means we are perfectly fine. Let's have Barlow move out of the way so they'll start hitting Bastion. Okay, we have Barlow sit here so we can get that accuracy boost. Okay, fireball. So the reason why, well, I'm not going to be attacking, I'm going to be counter-attacking at this point. Actually, nah, forget about that. So the original idea was when you counterattack, you do 120% extra damage, right? So that would get me more experience in the end because I'm doing more damage and attacking from the front. But it would actually take longer, and we've been in this mission long enough, so we're just going to end it here. Okay, there we go. The battle is won. We must attend to Kamorge. I shall find that murderer. Now, this is a pivotal choice you're met with once you reach level 8. If you choose we must attend to Kamorge, you are going to continue on with the kingdom route. If you choose I shall find that murderer, you will enter into the ruin route, and all party members you currently have will be gone. So that's the whole reason why we focus solely on Bastion only when we're heading into the Empire route. So I shall find that murderer. I will have my revenge for you, father. That Imperial bastard won't escape my wrath. Where is he? Nothing's showing up on my scanners. Wait, there, directly north. I won't let him escape. Alright, let's save here quickly. Alright, now let's go take a look at our stats before I move on. Okay, so Bastion is alone. You can see his stats right here. And we have Reflect Attack. Is it going to actually be useful in the next mission because we're going to have enemies who will be attacking us from the front a lot. So yeah, that's going to be super useful. Once we unlock parry, it's going to make it a lot simpler, or it's going to make survivability a lot better. We're going to briefing now. Let's learn about the mission. You can't run away from me. You can't escape your death. Alright, that was it. Okay, let's go to mission now, and let's begin the battle with Faulkner and his small entourage. Turn around, murderer, and look upon the face of your executioner. A familiar insult, but an unfamiliar voice. Your sarcasm will ring hollow once I've run you through, bastard. I will have revenge for my father, right here and right now. This is wonderful. How kind of you to spare me the trouble of continuing the search for you. While your threats are amusing, I sincerely hope you are not so unwise as to attack me. Unless, of course, you wish to suffer a more painful and dishonorable death than your dear father. Silence! Silence! I will slay you where you stand. Of course, I wrongly assumed that you would fight honorably for once. Seize him. Alright, so as you can see, we are completely surrounded. Let's take a look at the units. If we sort by level, we see that there's all the Imperials surrounding us. 3 to 6 are level 6, which means they're not a danger whatsoever. It's when Imperial 1 and 2 start joining the battle, that's when it becomes a bit more dangerous, and we have a plan for that. Faulkner, the second we attack him, the battle ends, so we do not bother with him until the very end. So what we're going to do is we're going to attack Imperial 5. Hopefully we can one-shot him. And then we're going to run for our lives and sit here. This is the optimal place to fight because you're forcing your enemies to come and into a 1v1 battle with you. Otherwise, the bridge would be ideal, but we have Faulkner blocking it, so it's not an ideal situation we're in right now. So let's go behind this Imperial right here and use Fireball. We almost wiped him out. Excellent. Okay, not to worry. We can still wipe him out. Dang it. Okay, so let's go ahead. One more Fireball. Okay, maybe Slash. No, we gotta use a Fireball. Hopefully we can hit and not waste a turn. Excellent. We didn't waste a turn. Now we gotta run for our lives. I guess after we level up. So we are going for parry right now. So let's go ahead and increase our dex by 3. And then run to that corner I was talking about. So once we get parry and then we're in a 1v1 situation with everyone, it's going to make surviving this battle actually easier. Although we don't need to survive because it's an automatic victory no matter what. It's still fun, right? It's still great to do something you're not supposed to be doing. Okay, we're going to go right here. And now we're pretty much safe. Let's go ahead and end our turn and enter into 1v1 battles. When the Ion loggers start to come, that's when things become harder. Okay, so we could use Fireball, but we'd end up frozen. So let's go ahead and Void. Okay, none of the dormant skills we had activated. Always unfortunate that when that happens. Okay, we need to end our turn or we're going to be frozen. Okay, we should be able to Fireball safely. There we go. Excellent. Now, what's my 370 to next level up? No, we're going to be frozen if we attack. The only saving grace here is that I believe Faulkner is the only one with a range 2 attack. We'll double check the Imperial 1 and 2. I believe they have a long range attack also. No, okay, so we lucked out. They can only attack, 1. They can only attack right in front of me. Okay, so we're gonna end here. Imperial 1 and 2 will come, so they will eventually show up to... They will eventually come to where Bastion is. There we go. We might need to just counter. No, let's try and avoid this one. Okay. Here they come. Okay, we're at FP 69. Now, FP recovery is based solely on AP at the end of your turn, so I haven't calculated the exact reduction, but I don't want to risk being frozen, so we're not going to use Fireball. There we go. Go ahead and force them to defend again. We're close to leveling up, probably after we defeat these 2 Imperials. If Imperial 1 and 2 don't take the spot in front of them, we will be able to level up before we fight them. Okay, counterattack time. Okay, Reflect Attack is not activating. That includes parry, which is very unfortunate. We're sustaining a little bit more damage than I would like to. Very close. Okay, end our turn here. Looks like we're not going to level up until we hit Imperial 1 and 2. Faulkner's not going to move until they're all gone. His minions. Tackle. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're in that situation where Vanguard Bandits RNG makes things really bad for you. So hopefully Reflect Attack activates now. Let's see. Let's watch this happen. Okay, now it activated. That's a good thing. That's a real good thing. And their turn here. See if it activates second time. Nice. All right. Here we go. All right, so now we are going for parry. This will increase our... This basically allows us to dodge more often. So 6 and 12 is what we need. There we go. Next up, we unfortunately can't get Flare Bomb because we don't have the Ruby yet. So that's unfortunate. We can get Chivalry, and that requires us increasing our our defense up to 10. Wait. Yeah, our defense up to 10. And then we'll be able to get it. So. Dang it. We're still in the safe zone. Once we get Chivalry, we'll be able to do the same amount of damage as we would if we attacked from behind. I want to avoid, but it's super risky. Like, let's just use Fireball. Okay, so if we manage to survive, well, defeat these last 2 ATCs, consider ourselves actually lucky that Vanguard Bandits didn't hate us enough to make us do this over. Okay, let's do this. Let's see if it activates. Reflect Attack. Come on. Give us a shot at getting more experience. Nope. Okay, game hates us. Now, we haven't lost a mission, so don't think that. It basically means just the battle's over. Damn it. Damn it all. What a pity. I was looking forward to giving you the beating of a lifetime. You're fortunate, boy. I will spare your life until such time as I am able to make use of you. Faulkner, what are you doing here? I thought you were assigned to defend the Imperial capital. That blue ATAC looks familiar. Wait, it's the boy who helped me defeat those bandits and yelled at me when he learned who I was. You, the Imperial Princess. What's this, Sadira? Have you taken to sullying the Empire with kingdom entanglements? He's not a member of the kingdom, nor is he an Imperial ally. He and his family are nomads, not soldiers. She knows a great deal more about this boy than I expected. Perhaps they have a relationship I can exploit. Excellent, we leveled up. Now let's go ahead and increase defense to 10. And then we actually have access to chivalry now. So the next thing to really go for would be either mental vision, which needs 12 base, and we have enough dex, and now we have enough agility for that. So we're going to work on getting towards second attack and mental vision. I demand you explain what is going on here, Faulkner, and spare me any patronizing lies. There's nothing to explain, Your Highness. The boy attacked us. We merely defended ourselves. Liar, you attacked us and ran away before I could pay you back. Before I could pay back the blood deed you dealt my father. Father? Kamorge is dead. Enough with your false tears. You were the one who gave our location to Faulkner after seducing us with your promise to end the war. How else could your soldiers have known precisely where to ambush us? You're wrong, Bastion. I never told Faulkner anything of my encounter with you and your friends. Liar. Bastion, you said ambush. Do you claim that Faulkner attacked you by surprise and without just cause? Can this snake attack in any other manner? And you have no affiliation with the army of the Pharastia Kingdom. No, sir, I do not. You answer with great conviction, Bastion. I would like to believe you speak the truth. General Faulkner, how do you defend yourself against this boy's charges? I realize that, as a leader of the Imperial Army, you must be given the benefit of the doubt. But as Princess Sadira said, you are supposed to be defending the palace. What led you to venture here? I was indeed stationed at the palace when I received a report from one of my sergeants at the front. He informed me that a small group of unknown ATACs had attacked our Imperial soldiers. It sounded serious enough for me to investigate the matter personally, so I journeyed here with my scouts. The ATACs of the boy and his friends perfectly matched the descriptions in the report. We confronted them, and they attacked without warning. This boy is fortunate to have been captured, and not killed. How can you spew such deceit, Faulkner? Tell them the truth and salvage what honor you have. You have done well, Faulkner. I shall take custody of the prisoner on your behalf. Your Highness, why would you want to do such a thing? This rebel cur is extremely dangerous. I have little experience in the realm of interrogation. This is a good time to remedy that. Interrogation is a thankless, horrible task, not at all suited to a member of the monarchy. Allow me to... I did not request to take the custody of the prisoner from you, Faulkner. It was an order. You are hereby absolved of all responsibility in this matter, General. We will speak again at the palace. I'm starting to believe that Sadira delights in making my life difficult. Not for much longer, rat. Indeed, Franco. We shall speak again of this matter. Good day to you, Princess, and take care in your travels. The countryside can be quite perilous these days. So when does the interrogation begin, Princess? How do you plan to torture me? Will you delight in my pain? Release the prisoner before the melodrama becomes unbearable. Your Highness, I am declaring Bastion a citizen of the Empire and the newest member of my advisory council. Your word is law, Your Highness. I know this is some kind of trick, but I won't fall prey to your mind games. And besides, why else would you show such kindness towards someone you've only met once before? Because I see the compassion and kindness beneath your anger. Come, Bastion. Come and speak with us. Madness. This is madness. Sadira saved your life, Bastion. The least you can do is honor her request and return with us to the palace. Alright, fine. I'll come with you. But I'm warning you, Franco. I shall not lower my guard. I'm glad you're here, Bastion. You've already met Franco. I am Sadira's chief advisor, assigned my duty by the Emperor himself. I'm also pleased you are here, Bastion. I am Halak, yes. An assistant to the princess, I am. Well met, all of you. I apologize for my earlier behavior. I often allow my emotions to get out of control. You fight with skill and passion, Bastion, and that is why I need you to fight for me. I won't do it, Sadira. How can you expect me to join forces with the very army that killed my father? You wouldn't fight for the Imperial Army, Bastion. You would fight for my army. Let me explain. I know of the corruption Faulkner has allowed to spread throughout our forces, and I intend to stop it. But our army is so vast that it is impossible for me to personally follow up every rumor or report. I travel to the front whenever I can, which is less often than I would like. My father frowns upon it. And Faulkner always does his best to interfere, because he knows I wish to prove his corruption. He's not just corrupt, Sadira, he's a cold-blooded murderer. I've formed a secret corps of soldiers, dedicated to stopping the crimes that Faulkner's men are committing. Join my corps, Bastion. Help me prove beyond doubt that Faulkner's intentions are evil. You won't be fighting the kingdom or anyone else other than corrupt members of the Imperial family. I admire what you're doing, Sadira, and I would love nothing more than to destroy Faulkner. But I don't know if I'm prepared to deal with the politics and the secrecy. I simply want revenge. Grateful to Sadira you should be. You were a prisoner of war until she saved you. Rotting away in a dungeon you would be, or rotting in a grave. I know. All we ask is that you try, Bastion. If you decide not to continue, we shall surely guarantee you freedom. Alright, Franco. I owe you that much. How many ATACs are in your corps, Sadira? Did you construct a hidden base to house them all? Not exactly. What do you mean? The secret corps of the princess are arrayed before you. Yes. You're not serious. Actually she is. Don't be embarrassed, Your Highness. He was going to find out eventually. I know, but why don't I summon the other member of our group, just to make myself feel better? Cecilia, please come in. Hello, Princess. Hello, Halak. Hello, Franco. And hello, green-haired boy I've never seen before. Cecilia is my bodyguard and maid. She does both jobs exceptionally well. Cecilia, this is Bastion. Hello, Bastion. Nice to meet you. How long are you going to be staying with us? I hope you're not messy. I think this girl had a bit too much coffee to drink this morning. Nice to meet you, Cecilia. I've never heard your name before. What does it mean? It doesn't mean anything, silly. It's a code name that I made up. My real name is super secret. Don't you know that ninjas never use their real names? You're a ninja. Well, you must be able to make beds faster than any other maid in the palace. Haha, that's true, Bastion. And you've never seen anyone do windows like me before. I, don't mean to be rude, but are you always as excitable, Cecilia? Haha, of course. My mother found me insufferable when I was a child. You're still a child. I'd like to see how you channel your energy into martial arts. Perhaps we can train together sometime. Bastion is the newest member of our group, Cecilia. You'll be impressed with his ATAC piloting skills. This is great, Bastion. Now we have 5 members of the Secret Corps. I was beginning to think Sadira created a depressing dead-end group. With just one more member, we can have quite a formidable squad. I doubt we'll ever have a 6th member. As far as I'm concerned, you're our final member. Well then, I suppose I'll just have to make the best of what's here then. I'm honored to have been given this opportunity, Princess. I look forward to fighting on your behalf. And I especially look forward to exposing Faulkner's evil to the world. Pardon me, Your Highness, but I bear urgent news. Share it with us, quickly. Our technicians were repairing your prisoner's ATAC as you ordered. One of them entered the cockpit and found a child hiding inside. What? I promise you I was alone in that ATAC, Princess. The child said he knew you, Bastion, and demanded to see you. Bastion? Where are we? Buck? You get to answer my question first. What were you doing in my ATAC? Well, I was working on your Alba, and I was feeling sleepy, so I decided to take a little nap. And when I woke up, 2 soldiers pulled me out of the cockpit and said I might be a spy for the kingdom. But where in the cockpit were you? And how did you sleep through all my fights? I can answer one of your questions, sir. We found him stuck in a space directly under your seat. You were sleeping beneath. That's disgusting. At least it was warm. Ha ha ha. Wahaha, what an optimistic little runt. Don't expect me to clean up under there, Bastion. Haha. I wasn't expecting another guest, but we can set up accommodations for your little friend. He's lucky I don't make him crawl back underneath that seat. Your Highness, we've received reports of a camp of renegade Imperials on the western side of the border. Cecilia has already traveled there and is monitoring the situation. Excellent. We shall depart at once. Bastion, I look forward to fighting at your side once more. I only hope I don't disappoint you, Princess, or dishonor the memory of my father. Hello, Princess. Hello, everybody else. I'm glad you arrived so quickly. See that cave in the middle of the cliff wall? That's their hideout. How fitting that these roaches have chosen to inhabit a cold, dark hole. Let us exterminate them. Alright, so we're going to do a quick save. Okay. We're going to go save first. And then we're going to go see what stats we have. And then we're going to go we're going to go determine what we should be learning with every character. But I'd like to say that we're going to focus solely on Bastion for now. And since we're heading towards Cecilia's route, we can actually keep her leveling her up, unlike what we did when we were going down Cecilia's or Sadira's route. Alright, so let's take a look at Bastion. He's going to keep Opal for now. We're going to switch it out with Jasper in a second. And let's see. So Barbados is a really garbage ATAC, so once she gets Veto Korban, she's going to be a lot more useful. Until then, don't really need to worry about her. So, last run, I decided to have Corbelan as Turbulence users. I want to change things up a little bit and give them both, let's say, a fire gem, right? We'll have them both have Flare Bomb, and they'll basically be walking tanks. Sadira will have her usual build where she gets Spiral Dive and Wind Strike at the very least, and then she'll be able to get second attack and do double Wind Strikes the whole time. So priority whenever you're buying stuff is always get the best jewel. So we're gonna go get 3 Jaspers. There we go. And then let's see. Go ahead with, I guess, Quicksilver. We shouldn't have to give it to Franco and Halak just yet, so we're gonna ignore that. As for Amulet, we want to make sure Bastion gets Mental Vision as well as second attack right away, but he can't get anything for base, so maybe instead we will work on his agility. So we'll give him a Thieves Ring, and then we also want to get turn Franco and Halak into a powerhouse, so we'll give them both 2 Strength Gauntlets. And then Cecilia, we don't need to worry about her. Like I said, once she gets Veto Korban, then we can start actually building her up. But until then, she's kind of useless. Alright, so Bastion can go ahead and equip Quicksilver and Jasper. And then he's also going to need this. Now Sadira doesn't need anything. Franco is going to swap out to a Jasper. And then he's also going to have Strength Gauntlet. Same with Halak. And she doesn't need anything. She has Pegasus Boots, which, if I remember correctly, they add 1 to her range. So let's check Bastion's stats. Okay, he got Chivalry now. I think that's great. He'll attack more from the front, or he'll do more damage from the front. And he has Melting Flare. Excellent. Now, we have Fireball and Melting Flare for Franco and Halak. They're going to be extremely useful. And then we have Cecilia, who's not going to be useful. Okay, we're going to save one more time because this is the build we're actually building up towards, and we didn't make any mistakes when buying anything, so yeah, we're good. Okay, let's go ahead to do interview. Cecilia's tea is delicious, Bastion. Why don't you have a cup? Whoa, I just had a brain fart. Let's read it again. Cecilia's tea is delicious. Cecilia's tea is delicious, Bastion. Why don't you have a cup and taste it for yourself? Okay, so we are heading towards Cecilia's ending, so we need to prioritize speaking with her, and we need to be attacking from the back so that her morale increases rather than Sadira's. Sadira's morale increases when you defeat enemies from the front. Cecilia's increases when you are defeating enemies from behind. So, talk to Cecilia. What will you have, Bastion? Coffee, tea, or me? Haha. Okay, let's go ahead and talk to Halak. Have a bad hip I do. Depending on you for deep muscle massages I am. Hehehe. She's kind of like an old version of Andrew, by the way. I'm not sure how many ATACs are in their group, but it's definitely more than one. Let's be careful. If these soldiers were trained by Faulkner, I doubt they will have anything to worry about. Don't be so arrogant, Bastion. Regardless of his personal faults, Faulkner is a brilliant tactician. Begin the attack. Attention, infidels. Surrender quietly and without incident, or we shall use deadly force against you. What? We're under attack. More Imperial ATACs. I can't believe how many of the Empire's soldiers are turning against us. What's going on out here? Look, Franco, an Imperial officer. Uh-oh. We've heard of peons turning against the Imperial Army, but never officers. You are in the presence of Princess Sadira, officer. You shall explain your presence here at once. I had heard news that a group of rebels were gathered here, so I came here to negotiate with them. Unfortunately, the talks broke down, and I'm now being held as a prisoner of war. Princess, he's telling a big fat lie. He was playing cards with these soldiers not more than a few hours ago, and doing really badly too. I was doing nothing more than gathering intelligence. But no matter, if we surrender to you, we would be killed for crimes of treason against the Empire. So we're going to kill you instead. Get them, men, now! It doesn't have to be this way. Now, if I remember correctly, once you take down Imperial 1, another group of rebels appear on the side. I believe they're bandits. So, yeah. So we're going to fight another group of, I believe, 5 are going to appear. Now, what we need to do specifically is just defeat everybody. This is a throwaway kind of mission where this one is just here to help you level your characters up before we start getting to the harder content. That's what we're going to do. We are going to defeat enemies from behind, although that will yield less experience. It does allow us to increase Cecilia's morale and decrease Sadira's morale. So until we get Cecilia into the heart stage, we are going to go ahead and just continue defeating enemies from behind. Okay, so Sadira is also going to need to level up at some point. Let's go ahead and defeat this guy from behind. There we go. Now, the level difference is 4 or higher, so as you can see, the experience gain is really terrible. So we need to take a quick look. Bastion is level 11, 6. Yep, so his only target that he should kill would be Imperial 1. And then we'll have... I really don't want to do Franco and Halak making kills, so maybe we'll focus on having them attack but not defeat, and we'll have Sadira focus on making defeats. Once she gets second attack, she becomes extremely powerful. So we'll do that. Okay, Halak is also going to attack from the side. Let's make sure they get experience too, like a good decent amount of it, even though they won't make the kills. Cecilia can just go ahead and hang out. I don't think she has an attack, a range to attack yet. No. Okay, so we are going to move here with Sadira. We are not going to make any kills from behind unless it is with Bastion. Oh wait, if we make Sadira do nothing, there are characters who, if you make them do nothing during a battle, the morale actually drops, so I'm going to double check whether or not it happens with Sadira or not. Not right now, because I can't. I'm streaming, but I mean afterwards. Okay, Sadira can go to the front, do a thrust, and we can get some massive... Oh, no, actually a pretty decent amount of experience, which she somehow missed at 76%. Okay, let's just move Cecilia one space at a time. Go ahead, fireball. 122 experience is nothing to scoff at. And like I said, everybody likes attacking Franco for some reason. I have no clue why. He's kind of like the Andrew of this route. Okay, we can go ahead and do this. Nice. That was lucky. Okay, Bastion. We have to target Imperial 1. So now that group of rebels that are going to appear, they do appear regardless of whether you defeat Imperial 1 or not. The only difference is if you defeat Imperial 1, they actually appear sooner rather than later. But they will appear after, I believe, this is probably an inaccurate estimate, but somewhere around turn 30. Okay, there we go. Now Cecilia, generally she's going to want second attack, but we can actually get her a lot of stuff by just increasing her dex and her agility by dex by 2 and agility by 9. So let's do that for the foreseeable future. We'll get a proper build for her by next stream. I honestly did not expect to be here already. I thought we would basically be still on just completing Faulkner's Trap, and the stream would have been ended at that point. But we kind of soared through this. Yeah, we're soaring through missions right now. So let's end here with Halak. Go ahead, Cecilia. Go like that. Okay, let's go ahead and attack. Yeah, that looks good. Imperial 1 can be taken down like in one shot, so we don't need to worry. And this guy is going to freeze Franco, so we're going to make an attack because of that. If you're going to be frozen, attack anyways, no matter what. Even if you're getting hit by a collision attack, just do it, because you might end up dodging it. Let's go to the side, and we'll do a thrust on, let's see, Bandit 8. Bandit 6. Okay, we're not going to be able to beat them. Who's the higher level? They're both exactly the same. Here, Halak, go ahead with Fireball on somebody. No, she's not going to go ahead with Fireball on anyone. She can attack Imperial 7 here. There we go. And Bastion can go ahead and... I was going to say go behind to attack Imperial 1, but that doesn't seem to be an option. Let's just go here, and their turn. Okay, you can see how recklessly I'm playing, and that's just because of what we're trying to do. In normal situations, you want to make sure you balance out everybody's level and get it as close to equal as possible. This is because they're generally... Okay, come on. This guy's just running for it. I can't even catch him. Okay, let's... Can we use Melting Flare on him at the very least? Okay, we can at least do that. Okay, we can't do anything with Franco and Halak, so we're gonna go like this. We use Searing Flame on Bastion. The more damage you do when you're attacking, the more experience you'll get. So keep that in mind. Let's end our turn. Sadira can go ahead and just move one space again. Franco can go here, like that. Actually, let's go beside Sadira, and we can go ahead with Searing Flame on her. She's pretty weak right now. You can see that even though she's using thrust on a character, on an enemy, she's not really doing enough to actually make the kill. So let's try and avoid. We failed. So yeah, she definitely needs more damage. Okay, this Imperial 1 is being absolutely ridiculous. So let's just wipe it out. Forget about taking it down from the back. Okay, Roaring Wind on Bastion. Actually, no, let's not. Let's just make sure we take down Imperial 1 from behind. Okay, we're going to end here. We're going to make Franco run as far away as possible. And we can go ahead and try and avoid. No, it's not even going to work. Okay, let's do this. Bastion's level 11. Such a huge level gap. Let's sit here. Cecilia can go ahead. One space. Sadira can go ahead and hang out here. Actually, we need her to lose some morale, so we'll have her stay still. Okay, Franco's gonna run as far away as possible. Now, hopefully... Okay. I've never seen ATACs like those. Do any of you recognize them? I do, sir. The dark blue ATAC is the Imperial Princess, and the two silver ATACs are her guardians. What? This is wonderful! Can you imagine the ransom that the Emperor would pay in exchange for his precious daughter? Attack! Okay, so it was only 4. 4 more rebels? I'm starting to wonder if there are any soldiers left in the Imperial Army. Alright, so there are 4 rebels who appeared, rather than 5 like I initially thought. Okay, like I said, it's okay if they die. We're not trying to build them up, really, just yet. They're primarily focusing on just using them as enemy weakeners, in a way, and having Bastion and Sadira make the kills. Remember, this is not optimal play at the moment. So, yeah, just keep that in mind. We're not playing optimally. Okay, we're gonna go here with Sadira. Let's see if we can wipe out Bandit 7. No. How about Bandit 6? No. Man. Alright, there we go. Cecilia can go do her 1-space move. Okay, everybody wants to kill Bastion now, since Franco seems to be too far away from everyone. Okay, there we go. Now let's get our experience. Thank you so much. Okay, wasn't great. Really not great, but at least we got a kill from behind. Okay, Sadira. Man, she really needs she needs more attack power, but it's better to give her actually she can learn second attack. She can learn rapid motion. Let's give her 2 to power. Actually, let's give her 3 to power right now. Let's do this. And she has strong slash and strong thrust, which is going to make her a lot more useful. Let's go and sit right. No, not there. Let's go sit right here. There we go. Bandit Chief is doing what I was hoping he would do. Go ahead with Fireball. And he managed to get hit, which is super unfortunate. Sometimes Reflect Attack doesn't activate, and as well as Parry, so you still get hit. You can't fully rely on them, but without them, you are basically guaranteed to always be hit. Okay, there we go. Go ahead and end our turn right here. Sadira can go kill this bandit. There we go. You should get a decent amount of experience for this. There we go, 157. Excellent. Cecilia can do nothing. Try and dodge that. Good. Okay, so Bandit Chief will take a lot of damage. Let's see if we can Reflect Attack. No, still Reflect Attack is not working. This is very dangerous. Okay, so we have Reflect, Parry, and Chivalry right now. What we're trying to get is Mass Menace. No, we were trying to get Mental Vision as well as Second Attack. So Mental Vision would require 10 to Dexterity. We have that. And Agility 8. We have that. We need 12 to our base. And I believe that's actually all we need to do. Actually, if we give 2 more to Agility, and then we start focusing everything onto base, we should be able to get everything except Mass Menace. So let's do that. There we go. Yeah, everything looks good so far. End our turn, so we just get frozen. Okay, we're gonna attack the Imperial that's beside Bastion. We want to, oh wait, no. What's the level difference? 7, 9... Okay, let's go ahead and hit the Imperial who is attacking Bastion right now. Not Bandit Chief. We want Bastion to get that kill. And we shall move behind this Imperial. Cecilia can go ahead and move 1 space forward. Bastion can go ahead with Fireball. There we go. Excellent. So he's pretty close to leveling up 2 more level ups, and we will get second attack, so that's always really great. So the next thing we'll need to do is increase his defense by 2 more stat points, and we'll be able to get Mass Menace. Let's attack from behind. Massive damage. Excellent. Okay, let's go ahead and 2 to agility and 1 to dex again. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead with Fireball. There we go. So now we're just going to give everything to base so that he will end up getting his... Wait, is that what I said, right? Yeah, I did. Okay, so give everything to base. So 2 more level ups after this, and he will have second attack. He should have another dormant skill at this point. No, not just yet. It's very close, though. Okay, so since he's trapped, we're in an issue where he's going to have to attack from front, which increases Sadira's morale towards him. So we need to get him the heck out of there. That doesn't happen. She's level 9, 9, 8, 13. Let's attack Bandit 2 from behind so Bastion can escape. There we go. And to turn here, Franco is going to go like this. Bastion can go behind Bandit 1 and make a kill. There we go. Sadira can go behind Bastion. And she can give him Roaring Wind so that his dexterity increases. Okay, and their turn. Franco can do nothing. Well, move, right? Sadira. Okay, Bandit 3, come on. Oh, he took the position, the worst possible position. Okay, let's move Bastion out of the way. So the Imperial can actually leave that spot. You can tell that Imperial's slow, how many turns we're getting before it. Okay. Okay, there we go. Now we can do a back attack. Okay, let's go behind and do a fireball, and we will have succeeded in this mission. We were lucky to survive this battle. My best guess is that the Imperial officer was being paid off by these rebels in exchange for information. What a disgrace. An enlisted soldier of the Imperial Army taking bribes and selling out his own country. I can't believe our nation has fallen into such disarray. I can't imagine how our citizens are coping. Sadira, please don't be sad. It can't be helped, Bastion. It drives me to tears when I witness the cold reality of this world. But enough of that. We should depart. This place is very close to the front lines. And I would rather not encounter anyone from the Imperial Army. Cecilia, may I ask you a question? Sure, Bastion. If you saw that Imperial officer playing cards with those bandits, you knew he was still at the camp. So why didn't you mention it until he had already appeared? That was a crucial piece of information. Did I forget to mention he was there? Sorry about that. I can be forgetful sometimes, because I'm always thinking about 10 things at once. I can imagine, but we were placed in danger because of what you forgot to tell us. That can't happen again. It won't, Bastion. I promise to work harder, and besides, we won, right? Yes, that's true, but everything ends up okay in the end, Bastion. I've always believed that. That's why I'm always so happy. You're also very pretty when you smile like that. You're not the first boy to tell me that, Bastion, but you're the cutest. Haha. This has to be the most bizarre and intriguing girl I have ever met. Princess, my scanners indicate that a group of ATACs are laying waste to the nearby town. Are they more Imperial rogues? Unfortunately, I can't tell. We'll need to enter the town to find out. Come on then, let's go. Alright, so we just completed Cave of Cretins. That's... Oh, lost my voice for a second. That's very good. So let's go ahead and save over Bandit Brigade. There we go. Cave of Cretins. Fantastic. Alright, so let's take a look at our status before we end off here. Let's go. Bastion has basically balanced so far. We're going to make sure he learns Flare Bomb before he gets Ultra Gunner. Be a very powerful attack by then. Okay, so he has everything he needs. We're going to create a proper build for Sadira for the next stream, so don't worry. She's going to get all her dormant skills as well as her support. Franco and Halak are going to be basically our powerhouses the whole time, right? They're going to have Flare Bomb, they're going to use Searing Flame to boost our own attack, and they're going to have their not really that great dormant skills. And then we're going to have Cecilia basically do nothing the whole time until she ends up getting Veto Korban, because she's rather useless right now. When she gets Veto Korban, her stats skyrocket and she becomes extremely useful. So, yeah. Okay, let's exit here. We're done. We've checked our stats. And this is the end of the stream. Unfortunately, we did get to mission 5, chapter 5 really fast, though. I really thought we would stop at Faulkner's Trap immediately, but we got through everything really quick. So maybe this will be a short route run for Cecilia's ending. Maybe there's only a couple more streams. I don't know. But we basically dominated the whole time. So, next stream will be next week. Let me check my calendar. Next week, March 24th at 9:15. We will do guaranteed the next 4 missions, possibly 5, depending on if like we speed run the whole way through like we literally just did here, where we dominated everything. But yeah, next Monday, March 24th, 9:15 a.m. So, thanks so much for watching. Really appreciate it. And I'll see you then as we work our way towards Cecilia's route, or Cecilia's ending. And by the end of this series, stream series, we will have 1 mission left before we've reached our 100% completion goal. So thank you so much. See you next time on Monday, 9:15 a.m.